In this video, we will again solve linear equations with one variable, but this time I will show you a special technique where when you have a whole bunch of fractions and decimals, we can do this a little bit more easily. All right, let's begin. So number one, as you can see, got three fractions. And what we're going to use is the fact that, let's just say you have 1/3 x, and if we multiply that by 3, well, we end up with just x. So by multiplying by the denominator, we are able to clear or get rid of the fraction. And as you can see in number one, all the fractions got denominator 3. So we will do just that. Multiply the entire equation by 3. Remember, equations, you can pretty much do almost anything as long as you do the same thing on both sides. So if we do that, well, what will end up happening is 3 will be distributed, and let's see what happens. This will just become x, like what I just wrote down earlier, 3 times 1/3 x. And the second one, you'll just have the numerator 5 remaining, because the 3 in the denominator and the 3 multiplier outside of parentheses will cancel out. That'll equal to, well, I have negative 7x remaining. Again, the 3's cancel each other out. But be careful that negative 1 obviously is not a fraction, but we still need to multiply that by 3. And as you can see now, equation is so much cleaner than what we had before. And all we have to do is pull the x's together and end up with x plus 7x is equal to negative 5 minus 3. And we have 8x is equal to negative 8. Divide by 8. And we end up with our answer of, kind of running out of space, x is equal to negative 1. All right. Again, we were able to get this answer without it really having to do too much fraction work. All right, that was not so bad. And that was relatively easy, mainly because we just had one denominator, 3. Okay, number 2, as you can see, got 3 different denominators. Then what do you do? Well, the magic here is the least common denominator, the LCD. We have 8, 3, and 6 as our denominators, and LCD of those 3, or LCM, the least common multiple of the denominator in this case, is 24. So I'm going to take 24 and multiply the entire equation by 24. And let's see what happens. I'm going to write this a little bit more in detail. Now you don't have to write this out because this appears to be a little bit long. And here's right hand side is kind of easy because there's only one fraction. So we just have 4x. Right hand side, because we got 3 terms, is a little bit long. Okay, let me just 24 and 8, 24 and 3, and 24 times 6 is 144. All right, so let's see how this looks like. Now we have 3 multiplying 3x, so that will give me 9x minus 8x plus 144 is equal to 4x. Again, that looks much, much better than our original problem. Let me clean up a little bit on the left-hand side. 9x minus 8x is just x. Get rid of the x here. We have 144 is equal to 3x. So divide by 3. If you divide 144 by 3, we should end up with x is equal to 48. All right. Again, we're able to do this without having to subtract fractions or any of that sort. All right. Okay, number 3. Okay, number 3 is a little different in that we just have fraction outside of the parentheses. Okay, so let's see how this would work. We got half and 1/5, so denominator or the LCD is going to be 10. And don't forget, you have to multiply the entire equation by 10. All right, I know I just said entire equation, but you got to kind of watch out. This 10 will multiply the half and the 1/5 only. Do not touch anything inside the parentheses. All right, if you do that, then you're actually multiplying 10 twice, and that is incorrect. All right, so what this will happen is 10 times 1/2 is 5. Again, leave what's in the parentheses untouched. 10 times negative 1/5 is negative 2. And 5 times 10 is 50. Okay, again, we've seen this kind of problem before. Very clean, no fractions. So let's just continue. Distribute 5. Negative 2 times positive 6 is negative 12. Let me clean up the left-hand side. 15x minus 2x is 13x. 10 minus 12 is negative 2. And 2 on both sides, so 13x is equal to 52. Divide by 13, and x is equal to 52 divided by 13 is 4. And that should be it. Again, just try to visualize what would have happened if you did not clear out that fraction. It would become pretty ugly. You'll have like 3 over 2x. Half times 2 is not so bad. 1/5 x. We have a negative 6 over 5. Oh boy, that'll be not so pretty. Okay. Number 4. Okay. It's getting uglier and uglier. All right. We have now fraction outside and inside. Okay. I'm going to take this one at a time. What I'm going to first do is leave the fractions alone and just distribute the negative. Minus k minus half is equal to 1/10 k plus 1/10. I just removed the parentheses. Okay, and I did this because this is a much safer way to do. So I got 4 fractions. Denominators are 5, 2, 10, and 10. So the LCD here is 10. And I'm not going to write everything out. Let's see what happens. I have 10 times 4/5. That's like doing 10 divided by 5, which is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Next one, there's no fraction, so that should just be negative 10k. 10 times negative half is negative 5. On the right hand side, the 10 should just cancel out nicely, so that should just be k plus 1. Okay, no fractions. Let me clean up the left hand side. Negative 2k minus 5 is equal to k plus 1. And I'm going to here move the k's to the right hand side. I move the 1 over, and that will give me negative 1 minus 5 is equal to k plus 2k. Right? Then that should give me negative 6 is equal to 3k. Divide both sides by 3. And that should give me k is equal to negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. Right? And that should be my answer for that problem. All right, the last one. Number 5. Got decimal. Okay, we can pretty much use the same idea. Of course, we don't have a fraction or denominator here. I'm going to try to clear out that decimal. Okay, I got 0.65, 0.05, and 0.10. Okay, and 2 decimal, well, they're all going out to the 100th place. So I can clear out the decimal by multiplying each one by 100. Okay, again, be careful when there's a parenthesis like this. This 100 multiply the 0.65, 100 multiply 0.05, and 100 will multiply just 0.10. Do not multiply 100 to 0.10 and -8. That's incorrect. All right, let's see what happens. If we do this, I have a 65a plus 5 times 8 minus a. Again, nothing in the parentheses changes. And that would give me 10 times -8. All right, let's continue. 65a plus distribute 5, 40 minus 5a is equal to -80. All right, combine like terms. On the left hand side, I should have 60a plus 40 is equal to -80. Subtract 40 on both sides. 60a is equal to -120. Divide by 60. And I have a is equal to -2. That is my